Crusaders. Today we are going to revisit the Highland Crossing Trail at Broad Run Park. This trail was one we visited for NTI 1.0, but we're going to come back and see what it looks like in the fall. There is a parking lot at the top of this park that leads to the Highland Crossing Trail and a couple handicap accessible parking spots here. And then the path is very wheelchair friendly. Mostly flat and smooth. When we went this week, it was very sunny this day and very warm, so we made sure that we wore our sunscreen and packed our water. We got to see lots of leaves on the ground. We also had the opportunity to revisit the skills such as using crosswalks on the trail. There were a couple opportunities to do that. On this trail, we saw some of the late goldenrod that was starting to look a little bit different than our earlier videos because these flowers from the plants are actually turning to seeds or going to seeds, also known as bolting. Instead of being their bright golden yellow, they're starting to turn a little bit more dull in color. About half of our trail is in a more wooded, shaded area, and the other half is less shaded, so when you go you might want to dress in layers so you can be comfortable on the entire course of the trail. You'll notice lots of leaves on the ground, and just like with this leaf here, the shape of it, I can tell that it is an oak tree. It could be either a red oak or a white oak, but usually from the shapes of leaves you can get an idea of what type of tree it came from. I love finding these little aster plants along the trail because they look like miniature daisies to me. And I also really like that sometimes I'll see bees on these plants as well, and you can watch them work to get the pollen from the little aster blossom. I think I'm also kind of partial to the little honeybee because my name actually means honeybee in Greek, so that's a fun fact for you. It seems like every time I'm out here in the parklands, I see at least one black-eyed Susan or Rudbeckia plant that is holding on to a bloom. As you can see, there were absolutely zero clouds in the sky this day, so it's very bright and sunny and very warm. I hope when you get a chance to go out, it's nice weather for you as well. Be sure to look up at the leaves and kind of look at the different colors and shapes that the leaves have. This time of year they change very quickly, so I encourage you to go out before they all fall off the trees. Some trees lose their leaves sooner than others, but this mountain winterberry plant usually loses its in late autumn and the leaves turn yellow. So since it was starting to turn yellow here, I suspect that we are getting into the advanced stages of fall. For the next few pictures and videos of the hike, I'm going to let some music play so you all can just enjoy the scenery, and towards the end I'll explain how this trail ends. So as we're making our way back towards the parking lot, we take the Louisville Loop, and we will see a few markers that we're familiar with, like mile marker 56.5. We'll see that the Louisville Loop is a little bit wider than the Highlands Crossing Trail, so it has a lot more traffic and accommodates that. And then we'll pass this hiking trail to our right, and we'll come up on the Big Vista Overlook. Along this power line, you will see that you can see for a long way because of the trees being cleared for the lines. There's a sign to let you know that you are in the right spot. There's also another mile marker denoting where you're at along the Louisville Loop. This is mile 56.3. The flowers that were planted along this overlook spot are starting to die off, so they have some cool looking pods that are turning black, but that's about all that's there, aside from some benches and some picnic tables that you could come up here and have lunch at. There's some more signs here pointing out where the Highland Crossing Trail is and which way to get to the Woodland Garden and the Cliffside Center down at the bottom of the hill. So we found our other trail marker for our Highland Crossing Trail, and we took a picture of it because we were pretty proud to come back and do this trail again. And then there's the sidewalk that kind of leads to the parking lot. Thanks for joining me today as we revisited Broad Run Park, and I can't wait for our next hike.